Something really exciting happened this Friday, but before I get to that, let's watch the first part of the vlog. Welcome to Wade's Weekly Vlog, episode 73. It's Monday at 7 PM, I just got back to the shop. I need to do a bit of cable work, so I've got to get my Cat 6 cables, what's in the corner, and just get them round where I want them, because the carpenters are coming back tomorrow to put a load of insulation in, and it'll be easier if I get my cables done now. Today the electrician's been here, and he's got loads of wiring done, so you can see down here, I've got some twin sockets. I've got quite a few along the back wall, and if we look up, you can see he's just started putting in the electric cable for the lights. Now, we didn't know how many lights to put in this place, but we want it really bright. I think in this section alone, we've probably got 15 spotlights. I might go a bit dark if I come over here. Let's try and get around this bit. Then again, this section, probably around another 15. And then this one, gone really dark now, about 12 I think we've gone for in the end. But because of how the roof slopes down, we can only get the lights in this little section along here. So we're having 2 spotlights across like that. And then the other ones will hopefully get 3 across. So that's what's happened today. So I'm now going to go over here and start putting my cables to where I need them. I've found my cables now. I've got 2 here, 2 the other side. And I left quite a bit of cable on them. As you can see, it stretches out all the way back to here, which is perfect because I've then got to put it actually up in the ceiling and drag it all the way across to where I want. So I'm going to put a camera over there somewhere. I'm going to put an access point up in the middle and then another camera over here. Right, it's Tuesday, the shop's just shut, and you saw from my video earlier that I was running the cables last night to get them all in position. We're now thinking that I might actually need to run a whole new one back up to the data cabinet. We might put a till in this part, but we're not sure yet. So we're gonna have to think about that tonight, and then I'll run one tomorrow. We should still be able to do it. So today the electrician's been here, loads more cables have gone in, and the carpenter's been putting loads of insulation in. And he's left space just there, because we're gonna have some Velux windows going in there. And the electrician, I think that's probably the cable for them. They're gonna be electric Velux windows, so they'll go up and down from remote control, I'm assuming, or a button on the wall. And we're also gonna have a couple just there. The roofer did come today, but it was raining all day, so he had to go. So we kind of need the good weather now, because you can see it's still not watertight. We're getting water coming in down here, and all the breeze blocks, getting damp come through, because we're just not finished up top. So we need good weather, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get some any day soon. So I don't know what's gonna go on with that, because we need to get, once the carpenter's done, the electrician's, I doubt he's got much more to do on first fix, then getting the plasterboard up. Can't do the plasterboard until it's watertight. So we need some nice weather. Right, 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night. No, it's not. It's 7 o'clock on Wednesday night, and have a look what they've been doing. Now, it might get a bit dark when I go away from the lights, but this is what the carpenters have been doing today. So you can see the beam underneath, the metal one, they're boarding it out like this. And that'll be done both sides. I don't think they've done, no, they're not done that side yet, but you can see down here, they're actually getting them ready, and they'll be going either side. And they've done this one along here as well, and over here. We've got no electrician today. I think he's got most of his cables in, so I don't know if he's coming back until second fix now, not sure. What else have they done? Some more insulation has been going up. We've also had one of the roofers here, and they've put the lead, or started putting the lead up on the little gully just through here. I'll show you. Just up there. I would take you up there, but they've still got the material over it, so you can't actually see it. But I saw them doing it. So I've come back tonight because I need to get some more cables through. So I think I said about it the other day. We are on about putting a till in here now, and we think it's going to be somewhere there. So I've already run one cable back through here, hopefully you can see, then out into the other loft, drilled through, and then right all the way to the other side to the data cabinet. We're going to do 3 more now. We're going to put 2 there. So I've got 1 for my till and then 1 for anything else, printing or anything. And then we're going to put 1 in that corner over there, just because. In case we don't like it there, we can always move it to over there. We're also getting ready for knocking that wall out. So when that wall comes down, obviously we're not going to be able to work very well in the other side. So we had a meeting with the architect and John, the builder. They're going to put us a false wall up in the shop, probably like a metre, just over a metre away. So if you've come in the shop, I'll probably do a video of it in a minute. You'll see where the bulbs are and the electrical bits and pieces and the paint. All that's got to go. And they'll build a false wall up and then they can knock through. They're thinking probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks maximum. So we've got a lot of moving to do in the shop. That's where we used to walk through to the workshop, but from pretty much this radiator to around about here is where we're going to actually knock through. However, that means the guys got to work this side. So all of this, all the bulbs, all this over here, all the electrical stuff, the tills, all need to go. This counter, everything needs to go. So that stand, all the paints, all back to here, and it's all going to be boarded out from that bit of wall, well, where are we? Just to here, all the way across to pretty much this plumbing. So all that plumbing will have to move, plumbing bits and pieces will have to go as well. And we have no idea where we're going to put all that. So we're going to work on that, or Mum is, it'll be her job, to actually move all this. We'll give her 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and that's when they want to be knocking through. So that'll be quite interesting. So please just bear with us. We're crammed in this shop as it is, so we're going to be very much crammed when we try and move this to another part of the shop. But we will do it, and it's not going to be forever. They're going to knock through, and then as soon as we get all this space back, we'll be back to normal with a bit of extra room. Right, so it's nearly 8 o'clock. I've got 3 cables down, got 1 more to go, and this is where it's all getting back to. So it's been quite messy at the minute, but basically I just need the cables in so the guys can actually do the plastering. So we'll get the cables in today, and then we'll worry about connecting it in probably a couple of weeks' time. Right, it's just gone 10 o'clock and I'm all finished. So the cables are all done. I can't remember if I said, but I had to get the alarm cables in because the alarm guys can't make it until Wednesday, and probably the plasterboard will be up by then. And up here, hopefully you can see, there's going to be a loft hatch. So I've terminated all the cables there. So all they have to do now is come and connect it up, put their sensors up. So nice and easy. Right, it's Sunday. I never got back to film on Thursday, and something happened on Friday, which I'll get to in a minute. What have they been doing? Well, if we have a look under this sheet up here, you can see we've got this boarding on. So I think this is called a cement board. So they've got board that out, and then I'm assuming it's been rendered over. That's gone all the way along the back there. I don't think they've done over there, but I might check in a minute. So what else has happened on Thursday and Friday? Let's go down and have a look. So we had Chris Coombs here, and he has put the door in. So this is the fire exit door, and that is that one just there. It just needs painting, so I'm sure we'll get around to that next week. And he's got the frame in for the main double doors. This is where we'll be bringing in all the products. He couldn't actually hang the doors because all the scaffolding was in the way, but they've removed the scaffolding now, and he'll get back next week at some point to finish that. And we've also got that rather cool looking window just up there, and Chris did that as well. And I think the door's actually in here, just to show you what it looks like. It looks like the other one what I showed you. So 2 of them just there, again, need painting, and they should go up next week. First time I've actually been in here, see what they've been doing, so let's have a quick look. Right, so you saw the other day, well, if we take you over to this bit, they boarded out where the beam running across, they've boarded it out, and you can see they've now put plasterboard up as well. So that's all up there. Have they done anything else? You see all the cables that I put in the other day. I don't think the electrician, oh no, the electrician might have been back. The fire alarm cables, I think they're new. So they've been boarded out. Doesn't look like they've put any more insulation in the loft at the minute. I'll be doing that next week because I'm assuming they want to get this plastered as soon as possible. We just need the roofers back. Pretty decent weather today. Hopefully it will be next week. I've not checked the weather forecast, but once they get the roof completely finished, that's when they can get the plasterboard all on, get this place skimmed, and we'll be really getting there. I think I said the other day, this is where we're going to be knocking through. It could have been dark, I can't remember, but basically from this beam here, let me get out of the way. From this beam, that's got to stay, and this beam's got to stay, and then we're going to be opening up all that section, and that is where you're going to be walking through next time you want to buy a kitchen appliance. And I'm just saying we've got all the insulation ready to go in the lofts as well, so I don't think they're really going to get much in this one because of how the pitch is. But this one over here, they'll be able to put loads of insulation in the top of that. I've got loads more down there as well. But still lots to do. Let's see how they get on next week. Now to the exciting part. Early morning on Friday, Shella's water's broke, so we phoned up the hospital and they said, come down and we'll check you out. They did that, but we could go away because the contractions were like every 30 minutes and they wanted it to be every 2 to 3 minutes. So on the way home, Shella's like, I really fancy a full English breakfast from Frankie and Benny's. So we headed over there. We didn't realise in Huntingdon, Frankie and Benny's had shut down. So we ended up going to McDonald's, having a early morning breakfast burger, as you do whilst your wife is in labour. Got a few funny looks, I think, from a couple of other people in there. But then we headed off home, and a couple of hours later, probably 2 or 3 hours later, the contractions got a lot closer together. We phoned up and they're like, no, wait. And we finally couldn't wait any longer. So we headed over there. I thought Shella was going to have baby in the car, and I think she thought it as well. She couldn't even get up out of the car. So I'd rush in, get her a wheelchair, come back out, try to get her in the wheelchair. Eventually, I got her in the wheelchair and pushed her into the hospital as slow and as steady as I could. But she did let me know that it was quite bumpy along the way. Straight up to labour ward, and they could see how much pain she was in. So it was straight through. 45 minutes later, out pops baby. So it's all very quick, but everything went really well. So I'm sure you want to see our little baby. But what did we actually call him? Well, let's get him first and then I'll tell you. And here he is. Whoa, meet Wade Gordon Morris Gammons. Our little guy just there. Isn't he gorgeous? So yeah, Shella has allowed me to call him Wade, which I'm quite happy about. He's just been fed. He might have a bit of wind if he starts making a bit of noise. So yeah, he is called Wade Gammons, and we absolutely love him. Tula's now met him, has been home a couple of days, and she absolutely loves him too. She's a bit unsure to start with, but really absolutely loves him now, keeps kissing him and hugging him. So we're over the moon, we couldn't be happier. And yeah, he's doing really well. He's not sleeping so well at night, so I think last night we probably got an hour's sleep between us. So hopefully that will improve. Yeah, we couldn't be happier. Look at that little face. Gorgeous boy.